Hi, it's the Spooky Cat Lady, and today I'm making a video about cruise itinerary changes. Yes, they happen. So let's talk about that. On June 4th, we went on Adventure of the Seas. We were supposed to go to Bermuda, and it got changed to Canada. Yes, Canada compared to Bermuda. It happens, and it happens for a lot of different reasons. In our case, it was a hurricane. I think Hurricane Anthony was Category 1. Bermuda closed their ports, and so they had no choice but to change our itinerary. Makes me sad, but what are you gonna do? Can't control the weather. And your itinerary can change for all kinds of reasons. It could be the boat breaks and it has to go back to dry dock. They had the Carnival fire recently, and all those people's itineraries got changed and some got canceled. So there are tons and tons of reasons why your itinerary might change, or in an even more rare case, get canceled. So ours got changed from Bermuda to Canada. That's kind of an extreme change. Better than it getting canceled. So I know a lot of people who received the notice of the change quickly enough, they canceled their cruises. I had a lot of people leave comments about, yeah, we were supposed to be on that boat, and as soon as we heard the change, we canceled. Well, we heard the change probably about 6 o'clock at night. We were already in New Jersey, and so yeah, we couldn't change it. Plus we have jobs, we're not retired. We have to set up vacation time and stuff, and that's not always easy with when your job is short of help, and you know, they also want to use their vacations and stuff. No choice but to accept the Canadian change. And then what about other people like who have flights? You can't cancel flights, and people who have driven 10, 12 hours. We got less than 24 hours notice. I think that's a little short. Again, they can't control the weather, I get it, but maybe they should have just went ahead and made the decision, maybe at least 48 to 72 hours out for safety. That way people could have planned, like they sent us an email and said, don't forget to pack sweaters. We can't pack sweaters. We're not even at home anymore, we're gone. So yeah, that was a little frustrating. At least we knew about the change before we even got to the port the day before. There were people who were arriving, and they were handing out flyers to everyone to let them know that the port had changed, that where we were going had changed, and that was the first time they even knew about it. So they were walking in to get on the boat and finding out they were no longer going to Bermuda, they were going to Canada. At least I had a small desire to go to Canada for various reasons, which as the videos unfold, you'll get to find out about. Before going on the cruise, we had to fill out a whole bunch of COVID information for Bermuda, and also fill out, send them pictures of our tests and of our vaccinations. And you had to pay $40 like processing fee, each of us, so $80. And so that is supposed to be getting refunded. I know my husband got an email. It's been a week since we were on the cruise. My husband got an email saying that his was going to get refunded. I never got anything, and he hasn't seen the refund yet. So I don't know if it's just going slowly, because you know, they did just get hit by a hurricane. So patience. Being patient. We'll see. I guess maybe they'll refund the full 80 to his card, I was thinking, instead of doing a bunch of separate cards. I don't know, but that fee that we paid to Bermuda to process the COVID information is supposed to get refunded. They let everyone know that as we were departing on the last day, and they were handing out flyers again, letting everyone know that would happen, and announcing it as you were getting off the ship. We also had to fill out new ones for Canada because they also required that. So They emailed that to us like the day before, right pretty much after we got the email about the change. They sent another email with a link to fill that out, so we did that while we were in the hotel and got it done. Luckily, we still had pictures of our COVID cards and stuff on our phones, so it was easy to just put that all up into the web for Canada, and that worked out for us. Hopefully, I don't know what happened to other people, especially the ones just showing up at the port and finding out you're not going to Bermuda anymore. Who knows what happened there? Hopefully, in their cases, all their info was readily available like ours was. People who did learn about the change in time were able to cancel their cruises, especially if like they were local or didn't have flights, stuff like that, were able to cancel it and get a cruise credit for a different cruise. So that's great if you're retired and you don't have a job, or you're the owner of your business and you can just go on vacation whenever you feel like it. But for us regular folk, that doesn't work too good. So you're kind of stuck going. We did book 2 excursions through Royal Caribbean for Bermuda. So what happened was with those where they were credited to our account on the boat to be used as credit. So basically they put it in our account on the boat so that we could use it to purchase stuff on the boat, which we did. And any part of it that didn't get used while you were on the boat was going to get credited back to your credit card. We ended up using all of ours, so that worked out. Made it so things we were going to pay for, like bingo and some casino stuff, we ended up just using that excursion credit toward that. The problem was everyone rushed the front desk as soon as they got on the boat to get excursions for Canada. So by the time we were able to even look into getting new excursions for Canada, nothing we wanted to do was available. Like the whale watching wasn't available, and most of it was just tours and stuff, and we are a little more adventurous than that, than just walking tours or bus tours or anything like that. So we ended up not having any excursions at all in Canada and just kind of went around on our own. We had been in both ports before, which is another reason we didn't want to go to Canada, because we had already been there and we like to go to new places. But so that helped a little bit because we remembered being there before, like back in 2007 or 2010 or something. But yeah, we had fun anyway. I got to go to Tim Hortons. So very Canadian thing to do. So that was okay. For people who booked excursions separate from Royal Caribbean, maybe they found their own tour guides or their own things that they wanted to do, their own snorkeling. I don't know what happened. I don't think Royal Caribbean's going to reimburse them for that stuff. So if you do decide to book excursions and tours and stuff separate from Royal Caribbean, make sure they're refundable, because a lot of places, the time that we got notified of the change was less than 24 hours, and I would imagine most stuff like that you would have to give at least 24 hours notice to cancel, which means those people may be out of their money. I know a guy, he had all kinds of scuba diving stuff he was planning to do. I have no idea if he got his money back on those trips or not, because like I said, it was less than 24 hours notice. So if you do book outside of Royal Caribbean, you'll want to make sure there's some kind of refund policy. Otherwise, you could just eat that money. You would be out of luck if the itinerary changes and you can't cancel your separate excursion stuff. So keep that in mind when you book excursions. So that was our experience with an itinerary change. It's the first time it's ever happened. This was our 7th cruise that we've gone on, and that has never happened. And we almost always are cruising around June, October, what would be considered hurricane season, and this has never happened before. So it's rare. It rarely happens, but it does happen. So be prepared in case something like that does happen. I luckily packed a light jacket. I just kind of threw it in last minute. I was thinking, oh, at night when you're up on deck, sometimes it's cold. So I decided to throw it in. I'm so glad I did, because it was like 40 something degrees in Canada a lot of the time, especially in the mornings. I think we had one day where I got up into the mid 70s. Weather wasn't too bad. The Canadians themselves said that we must have brought the good weather with us, and this was the best weather they had seen. So we got lucky there. And the last thing that kind of sucked about this change, we never got to use the pools because it was too cold. Flow rider was on this boat. We never got to use that because it was cold, or rock climbing, all of that outdoor stuff. It was always too cold, except for short periods of time. It might have gotten a little bit warm enough that we could have done it. Now, were there people in the pools and in the hot tubs? There were, and they were crazy people as far as I'm concerned, because except for maybe an hour or two in Halifax and maybe an hour or two while we were in St. John, it would have been too cold for us. Anyway, for me, my husband might have liked it, so we never got to use any of that stuff on the boat. So that made me sad. All those bathing suits I packed for no reason. But hey, we gotta go on a cruise. We still had fun. We had the unlimited drink package, so that helped a lot. And I'll be talking about that more later as that comes up in the footage. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. More videos about this cruise will be coming, and also 2 more cruises that we have coming up soon. So we'll be making videos of those. We'll be on Symphony of the Seas, and we'll be on Anthem of the Seas. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!